Alright, hello and welcome back. Today we are going to code a Flappy Bird clone. I'm going to call it Flappy Doodle. I have some assets already in here. Let's see, I have a background image. I have some images of bird flapping. There's Flap 1 and Flap 2. He looks more aggressive in that one. You can really see it. I got a game over screen. I got a pipe that's facing down, a pipe that's facing up. I got the title screen, and I have some sound effects for flapping, for dying, and for some background music. So let's close all of these up, and we can begin creating the game. So first, let's go ahead and create. I don't want to create in there. Let's close that folder. Okay. Create our index, and we'll create our Javascript file, and we will create our styles cascading style sheet. Alright, we will generate our boilerplate there, and we'll call this Flappy Doodle. Okay, we will put in a game canvas here. Click on our script. And let's pull in our style sheet. Alright, let's save that. Go ahead and run it. Alright, let's go into our style sheet, and body. Let's do give it a margin. 0 pixels auto. Let's call our canvas. Let's give it a border so we see it. We'll call it 1 pixel solid red. And let's background color. Okay, let's do this instead. Okay, center it up. There we go. Now that's pretty much all I want from there. That's pretty much all I want from there. So now we'll just work within our JavaScript component here. First we have to grab the canvas and the context. So we will grab the canvas element, and it can be context. Some people do it. I just call it C. I don't think that really is important when you declare that variable. Let's give the canvas width, give it a width and a height. And I essentially set all my games up kind of the same, where I create a draw function, an update, well, depending on the simplicity of the game. Give it a loop, a game loop, and collisions. Instead of our game loop, we will call everything. We'll call draw, update, our collisions, and we are going to request an animation frame for this loop here, and we are going to call our loop. Alright, now let's draw our background. We can import it. And we'll draw it. If I named it right. give it the x and y coordinates of 0, 0, and the width and height, which will be our canvas width and the canvas height. There we go. And it's now drawing. We can we do want it to move a little bit, so let's see. We'll give it a scroll X. Let's set that to 0. Let's draw again. Okay. The X coordinates are going to be scroll X, and this one's going to be scroll X plus our canvas width. Alright, so now we were drawing the images twice, once here in our canvas and once again after our canvas. And let's get a scroll speed. 0.8. Okay, and as we update, we will update scroll X by our scroll speed. Okay, if scroll X is greater than negative canvas.width, scroll X equals 0. Less than. I'm going the wrong way. Let's subtract that. There we go. Okay, let's see. It should just keep repeating, and it should just keep redrawing. Alright, so let's get a game state. Game state will be intro. And let's find out what we called our title. I'm gonna need that name. Title, okay, we'll call it title. It's a good name. Title. Let's pull in our title. And we'll draw it for our game state. Which it does. We are going to draw our title image, 0, 0, canvas width, and canvas height. There we go. Alright. Now we can draw some text to it, to let people know to press start to play. So let's see, go style. We'll just call it white. Our font. Let's do 24 pixels mono space. It's usually a good game font. Fill text. Press enter to start. And right now we're going to pixel push a little bit. Let's see. Canvas width divided by 2, and then canvas height. Oh my god, would that thing go away? Divided by 2. Alright, let's try to put it right in the center to see where it goes. No, let's pull it back. Okay, good enough there. Right in the middle. Press enter to start. That's all we need for the intro state. Now let's create the game over state. Game over. Oops. Game state equals game over, and that's what we're gonna do. Change it to game over. We should get rid of our title screen. Whoop. I'm trying to think if I still want these going the whole time. That's fine. Let's just pull up the image. Alright. Game over. I'll just go image. Game over. Oop. Don't want to style. We want to draw image, and then we'll just go image, canvas width, canvas height. So we want it. Okay, game over. We want to score into high score. Let's display those. Score equals 0. High score equals 0. Okay, we'll display our high score. Monospace and fill text, and we're going to call our high score and let's draw it in the same place we did there. Let's copy that. All right. Pixel push. Game over. All right. And we will we'll call that press enter to replay. Do the same thing, but let's 30. There we go. Now we can start working on the game. The game state, game. There we go. Let's add some event listeners. We need a key down. Alright, we'll copy that because we're also going to want a key up listener. Now if our key is enter and our game state is the intro, then we shift our game state to game. If our key is enter and our game state is game over, then game state goes back to game. Alright, and we'll do one more here. If that key is spacebar, then flap equals true. We'll have to call it up here. Let flap equal false. Alright. Copy that. Paste it. Alright. Now if the key is up, then flap goes back to false. Alright. Now we need a bird. What do we call them? Flap 1 and flap 2. Okay. It's going to be flap 2. Flap 1. I'll just call them the same things. There we go. Cool beans. Okay. And then, I don't know if it needs to be hit that. Flap image equal, let's say flap 1. Okay. So let's draw our bird. game state equals game. We'll draw image, and let's just do it right quick. Flap 1, we'll do 20, 20, 32, 32. You see, and there we go, we got a bird. But we want to be able to move them. So we'll make an object, or kind of like a class out of the bird. I'll give them an X, which we'll call 40, Y, 40, width, 32, height, 32, and we'll give them a Y velocity because we need them to fall down towards the ground. We'll set that to 0 for right now. Okay. We'll draw that bird X, bird Y, bird width, and bird height. Save it. Our bird is still there. And we want to draw the score too. Alright, 10, 10. Nope, we need to come down a little bit. Alright, and we got a score. We got a bird. Alright, let's get some pipes. Pipes will be an array that we push into. Okay, now we'll make a function to spawn pipes, and then pipes dot will push pipe object X. It'll be the canvas width. The Y, let's say 300 for right now. This will be just the bottom pipe. Width, let's just say 32. Height, 100. Now we need to set the interval to call spawn pipes, and we will spawn a pipe every 1.5 seconds. Okay, and then within our update, pipes for each pipe, pipe X. Alright, we want them to move towards the left side of the screen. We want to draw the pipes. See this not doing the images yet. Let's do the pipes first. So pipes for each again. Pipe. We want to fill rect pipe X, pipe Y, pipe width, and pipe height. Okay, so now our pipes are spawning in. They are just the bottom pipes though. So let's add the top pipes. Okay, we need a gap, FAP. Yeah, with 120, a min height, 50, a max height, which is equal to the canvas height minus the gap minus our minimum height. We need a top pipe height, which will math4 to math random times our max height minus our min height plus 1. Alright, this is going to be our bottom pipe, so bottom pipe will be the canvas width. And this will be the top pipe. Top pipe X is going to be the canvas width. The Y is going to be 0. The width is going to be 32. And the height is going to be the top pipe X. Alright, the bottom pipe is going to be the canvas width. The Y is going to be the top pipe height plus the gap. The width is going to be 32, and the height will be canvas height minus top pipe height minus the gap. Let's save that and see if we get the spawning in randomly. Okay, let's call in the pictures. Okay, let's see. Pipe 1. Changes to pipe 2. Alright. Now we're drawing the pipes. Yeah, let's maybe that. Okay. Alright, pipe. Pipe Y, pipe width, and our pipe height. And what I did there, sorry, I kind of went quiet. It's pretty much asking if the pipe is the top, then display the pipe 1 image. If not, then display the pipe 2 image. So we have to add those conditions up here onto our pipe. So is top will be true, and past will be false, and this one will be is top false, past false. Okay, so now we got our pipes drawing. Alright, now let's add some let's flap. Let's flap, let's fly. Let's add some gravity, where we'll declare a variable for gravity. Gravity equal 0.3, and for every frame, let's see, if game state game then our bird y-val. Alright, we'll add gravity to our bird's y velocity, and then our bird's y position, we will add the bird's y velocity. And we should see our bird flying down. Ah! Okay, that's good. Now, if flap, those were our conditions earlier in our event listeners. If spacebar is true, then flap is true. If flap is true, then our bird y-val equals -4. Okay, so our bird is... he's flapping. Alright. Let's set that to -5 maybe. Give him a better little flap. There we go, that looks good. Alright, now let's change his pictures. Let's see. Flap image. We are drawing him. Passing flap image into there. Okay. Flap image equals flap 1 when no, flap 2 when it's down. Otherwise, flap image equals flap 1. There we go. Alright, now he's trying. He's flying. Alright, now let's add some collisions. Where is our collisions? Okay, pipes for each pipe. I'll just do a P. Const collide equals if our bird x plus bird width, the right side of our bird is greater than the left side of our pipe, and bird y, the top of our bird plus the bird height, which is the bottom of our bird there, bird y plus bird height is the bottom, is greater than the height of the pipe, and bird x is less than the pipe x plus pipe width, and bird y, the y position of the bird, is less than the y position of the pipe and the height. And then that's when you know you're colliding. Alright, so if collide, okay. If collide game state equals game over. Set our bird y val back to 0, our bird x back to 40, our bird y back to 40, and score back to 0. Let's see if that works. Let's hit a pipe and see if we go into a game over. Blah. There we go. Hit enter. Oop, and we have to reset our pipes. Reset the pipe array, and let's filter the pipes too. Pipes equal pipes filter pipe if the pipe x is greater than 0 plus pipe width. Make sure they don't just disappear right away. Oh, they are. Okay. Minus. Okay, there we go. Now we know they're deleting. Good. Okay. Now, if we fall through the canvas like that, we want to die. So, if bird dot y plus our bird height is greater than our canvas height, game state equals game over. So now if the bird just falls, it should not, well, it should go into a game over. And it doesn't. Okay, hang on. Is it left side? Wait. It seems a little delayed. Okay, well, let's clear that up. Alright, now we'll add some updating logic here for our score. If our score is greater than our high score, then high score becomes our score. Yep. And now we need logic for when we pass the pipes. So if bird, if the left side of our bird is greater than the pipe width, and the pipe is top, and the pipe is not passed. Okay. If the left side of a bird is greater than the right side of the pipe, the pipe is top, the pipe, alright? Then pipe.pass equals true. Score can increment. There we go, our score is incrementing. Now let's crash. Our high score is 3. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that condition too. When we press enter, we reset all the scores. See if it's crashed, see if our high score is 6, and it is. Okay, so let's take these here. I'm gonna just add them in here as well for our event listener. There we go. Now let's add some sound effects. Now, what's what they call it? We got flap wave, BG music, and score. Flap sound, new audio. What's that? Flap wave. Okay. We got our VG music. Was it an MP3 or wave? I don't remember. VG music to MP3. Okay. And we got a score. Okay. So now, when we pass, we want to play the score sound. So score sound dot. Let's set the volume to 0.5, then score sound dot play. Let's make sure the score works. It's a little loud. Let's change that. Don't crash into the pipe. Okay. Turn it down just a little bit more too. Now, let's play the flap sound. We only gotta do it when we press this one. So, flap sound dot volume goes to 2 maybe. Alright, let's change our game state back to intro. So the game starts. Oh, I'm hitting game over because things are moving. So let's reset it. We'll watch. There we go. Pipes for each. So our pipes are moving. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. We'll take this and we'll just move it up. There we go. Let's see if that does it. That's not good. Let's make sure they don't do that. Alright, we don't need this fill style anymore. Are they still drawing? Okay, well that's gonna be a problem if they keep like stacking up like that. So let's check this. Let's fine. That's fine. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to suffer. That's not the BG music. We'll just do it into our update here. And we just want it to keep playing over and over. Uh-oh. Sweet. Let's change it up though. Let's change that. And let's throw that in the game state here. If the game state is game. Alright. Alright. Now let's I think I had a death music too. There we go. And then we'll play that in the bottom when we get hit. Let's do our collision. What do you got, collisions? Okay. Oh. Alright. I think that might be about it. We got collisions, our scoring system, a game loop, game states. The game is functional. If you watched this far, I sincerely appreciate you watching.